What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Ace, back at it again with another video. I got the boy yet again, as the same as last week. And the last week, we got the boy Shadow on the line. What's up, Shadow? How we doing today?
Oh, we're doing good, brother. We're doing good.
I like that. I like that. He always keeps the same simple, freaking short answers, nice and sweet, straight to the point. Listen, last week was a doozy. Today, we're going for a cruisy. We're going to go ahead and touch base on week 5. We're going to go ahead and give you our picks, recap a little bit on last week, or just leave last week in the dust. But what we have is going to be an interesting week. We called it amongst ourselves a no-brainer. So we looked at the picks, we looked at the schedule. A lot of y'all might be on the same boat and might look at the schedule and say, yo, it's a no-brainer. We're going to go with these picks. But some people will look at this freaking schedule and say, hey, we're in the middle of a conundrum. We don't know what to choose. We need to make some money. What do we do? Where do we go? And the answer is you go to the freaking channel, On My Ace. We are right here. You go to freaking Ace and Shadow themselves. You ask them, hey, what do we do? What do we bet on? How do we make some money? We're looking for the same thing, boys. Well, boys and girls, listen, we're looking for the same thing. We're after the money picks. We're after the freaking the gold. We're after El Dorado. But at the same time, week by week, things can happen. And as they say on Red Zone, the witching hour occurs, and the leads turn to losses, and the losers turn to winners. So anything can happen, and the one thing I have to say to that is, damn. Okay? Shadow, how do you feel about that shit? How do you feel about the games that sometimes are decided before they're decided, and then all of a sudden, they'll be in the game, and then they'll find themselves backs against the wall, and those same teams that everyone doubted become the winners? How do you feel about that?
I feel like that definitely happened this last week. You know, there was a few of those games that I actually was able to witness. Ones that we actually think were going to be no-brainer, and they came through and flipped it. And a lot of the underdogs, decided to show what they're made of. So, but this week is going to be pretty straightforward. I think that we'll be able to double down on these picks most definitely, because people have come through, and they're going to do it again this week for sure.
I couldn't have said it any more better myself. Well, I probably could have, but hey, we're going to leave it at that. Listen, we're going to go ahead and start off with the Thursday night pick. Thursday night is tonight, so I hope you guys are ready. I hope you guys clicked this video. I hope it was able to go ahead and reach you guys with enough time to go ahead and get this pick locked in, because we think they're going to go ahead and pull it off because they were able to do some damage last week. We believe they can go ahead and do some damage this week. As you just heard, the underdogs were able to go ahead and come up big. They were able to come up big, and they were able to show their grit, and they pulled it out of the freaking hat, okay? So this week, we're going to start off, as I said, with a Thursday pick. Shadow, I hope you're ready, and I hope we're going to go ahead and mark these picks down as we have them in common, and if not, we're going to try to follow off each other's placing. So, number 1, who do you have, Shadow? Are you looking at it online? Do we have the picks available?
Yep, I got it right here, brother. And so, like I said last week, that Commanders were going to upset the Eagles. They almost did that. Fortunately, the Eagles were able to come through and win by 3 points, which is incredible. But we got the Bears now facing against the Commanders. Bears are not doing that good at all. I don't think the Bears are going to be able to hold it against the Commanders and what they're doing right now. So I'm going Commanders.
Agreed. I think that's a safe pick. I think you and I are both going to go with the Commander pick for this one, brother. You and me are going to bet easy money on that one. Easy money. All right. And then afterwards, next game that we have here. What do you have?
So we got the Jags versus the Bills. The Jags actually did very well. They're coming off of a win, but so are the Bills, beating the powerhouse Dolphins. And so I think this week, between those two solid teams right now, I think the Bills are going to be the ones that come out on top.
Agreed. We agree on this one. The Bills are going to go ahead and be the team to go ahead and beat in the AFC East because they beat the Dolphins. So it's going to be like that up until Aaron Rodgers' return. Once he comes back, that bad mama jamma might go ahead and actually make a difference. So you might find yourself in a sticky situation when it comes to the wild card or when it comes to the playoffs. If Aaron Rodgers comes back and he is healthy enough to play, we might find ourselves in a Josh Allen versus Aaron Rodgers for that placing in that contention for the playoffs. What do you think?
Absolutely.
All right, next game, man.
All right, so on this one, we got the Titans versus the Colts, and the Colts are coming off of a very stressful game with the Rams, a game that they, I believe, should have won. but I obviously, the scoreboard says different, and the Rams took it. Also, I believe that the Titans are, I think, doing okay. So
Titans are a good team.
This week we're going with the Titans.
All right. See, now, when it came to our review, or when we came to making these dang picks, and when it came to freaking figuring out what direction we're gonna go in, this matchup was tough. But I promise you this, it wasn't too tough once I believed in blue, once I believed in the shoe. Once you bet on the Colts in this game and you realize that they got something cooking, they got something working. Freaking Jonathan Taylor went back to practice, but that doesn't mean anything to the team. It doesn't mean shit. The guy hasn't played, the guy hasn't bought into the team, the guy hasn't really been there for them, so why would he? Well, I don't see that being a reason why this team can pull out the win. However, the dynamic between the players that came together and have come together this far, the ones that are creating the foundation for the future in that Indianapolis room, I think that's the reason they're going to be able to pull it off. Derrick Henry had a killer game last week and was able to put the Titans on their back, and I called that. I went ahead and said I hope that Derrick Henry has another killer game, goes for like 200 yards or is heavily involved, and that's exactly what happened. They relied on the Kings' back and they pulled it. However, I don't think this is that week. This week they're going to have a dog game. It's going to be nitty-gritty. I'm predicting something like a 12-9 victory. Dare I say a freaking 21-17 Colts. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. I'm betting money on the Colts. That's what I'm thinking right there. Okay, guys? So, that's my pick. Next, Shadow, what do you got?
All right, so we got the Texans versus the Falcons. Unfortunately, the Texans, but they're on fire, just like I said the week before. They're scoring very high points. I think the Texans are looking really good. They've definitely worked their way back up into my top 5. So I know that other game was Falcons. Again, it was a game in London. They didn't do too well up against the Jags. So I'm going to base this off of that fire that the Texans have, and I'm going Texans.
100%, man. The Texans have truly been that team that has shocked everybody so far. They've been able to go ahead and see that it's not all about the names you have, right? Coach Ryans has really been one of the focal points for the change, right? The players play and the coaches coach, but without knowing where you're going and a vision, you're not really going to go ahead and get anywhere. So I commend the coaching staff. You obviously have to commend the players. I have to commend their grit so far, and I hope that they can really pull off this win. You and me are in agreement with this pick. We are going with the Texans to be able to pull it out and continue their win streak. Next, what do you got, brother?
All right, so we got the Panthers versus the Lions. That's a no-brainer for me. Lions are doing real well this year, so Lions.
Yeah, man, you got to go ahead and go with AC/DC, brother. You got to go with Coach Dan Campbell, man. You got to go ahead and bet on him. He's been preaching the nitty-gritty, the biting the ankles, the chomping the knees. You got to go ahead and believe in that man. You got to believe in him, man. Because if you don't, man, you'll end up nowhere, man. So you got to believe. Yeah, I love you, man. I love you, man. Listen, dude, I think he has the right culture, the mantra. I think he has the right mentality in those guys' heads in that locker room, which is why they've been able to go ahead and pull off some victories and been able to go ahead and push teams to the wall and the limit. So I think it's pretty good for them.
Absolutely.
Next game, brother.
So we got the Saints and the Patriots.
Yeah.
Patriots were flopping. They weren't doing too good last week during their game. I believe that, where was it? Yeah, they struggled greatly, even trying to get a touchdown. I think that they only made a field goal kick against the Cowboys.
Yeah.
So I'm going Saints on this one. They're looking like a mediocre team right now. I'm going to say more so midline. So.
Yeah, the Saints are definitely a midline team, and that's in our personal opinion. Don't flame us for it. Don't flame us. However, I truly think that the Saints are going to be able to pull out this victory. I think Derek Carr is going to be able to go ahead and lead the boys down to another victory. Michael Thomas was wilding. I saw a video where he was gang banging on someone as he was walking in the tunnel. I didn't think that was, sportsmanlike at all. But these clowns, once they go ahead and get in a position of money and stuff like that, they don't know how to act, man. You gotta go ahead and conduct yourself as if you've been there, man. You gotta act as if you've been there, brother. Come on now.
Tony Robbins once said, "Money does not change you; it only magnifies who you are."
100%. It's an amplifier. It's a magnifier. It's not gonna change the person that you are. If you were a good person with no money, one would stand to believe that you'd be an astounding person with the money, right?
Absolutely. Do God's work.
Do God's work, man. Amen. Let's go. Next game, brother.
The next one, we got the Giants and the Dolphins. And, this is an easy one. Dolphins all the way. Even though they came off that loss with the Bills, but they still did real well. They were just going up against a strong team. But I think that the Giants are not doing too good. Dolphins all the way.
The Giants was one of those underdog stories that you wanted them to do well. I mean, I still want them to do well. However, in this matchup, you can't bet against the Dolphins in this matchup. I mean, if you could, right? You listen to me. You damn near could, and you could win, and you'd win phenomenally huge. The problem is if you bet 20, like let's say you bet 20, you get 10,000 type of stuff, but like you'll be out $20 because like they're not gonna beat that team.
Absolutely not, unless they have an upset. Say the Commanders almost did it with the Eagles, so hard to say.
Exactly. And anything can happen any given Sunday, and that is something that as a player, and if you've played or anything, if you realize that anything can happen any given day, that is very true. And the underdogs can win, as I mentioned earlier on that Red Zone channel. You end up seeing a lot of that freaking witching hour. So you'll be like, a team can be winning by 3, and then they end up losing by 4. You know what I mean? Or the smallest of mishap can happen, and then that shifts everything. That'll shift everything.
Any given Sunday, and this Sunday will definitely be giving us some results.
Agreed. All right, man. What's the next game?
So this was actually the only one that was a little conflicting for me until unfortunately they were doing good. The Steelers, when they played against the Raiders.
It's unfortunate.
Is losing against the Texans. That was an underdog pick on one of my bets last week, if you guys followed along with that. And I still ride with that, but the Ravens has always been a powerhouse team, and I think the Steelers may give them a little bit of run for it, but I think the Ravens are going to come in clutch on this one.
Agreed.
And that's betting against my team normally. I don't do that.
And
this isn't about who we prefer, who we want to win. This is about who we think is going to.
Exactly. And that's like the one thing that we said last week is trying to see where the season was going to take us. Are we riding with our teams? Have our teams not proven to have our fellowship or our fellowship, I guess you can go ahead and say, like, are we betting wrong, right? And in this game, with the Steelers and Ravens, I also was conflicted, and dare I say, my picks are right here. I had to cross off my Steelers pick and go Ravens. Like when I at first I wrote down Steelers and was like, the Steelers are the pick this week, but then I thought about it and I was like, no, because they haven't shown it. Right? They haven't shown what they used to be. Maybe this season is a work on it year, but last year was supposed to have been that year, So it's kind of rough. And it's
put it this way, they did real well with all those interceptions against the Raiders and stuff, but to play against an underdog team that you should do real well in, and that team score 4 or 5 touchdowns on you, and you struggle just to score 1, you kind of lose some faith in your team. It's one thing to go up against a weak team that plays strong. It's another thing to go up against a strong team that always plays strong, and that's what's going to be happening with this matchup right here. If you can't win against the Texans and you let them score 30 points on you, there's no way that you're going to even be able to score 2 points on the Ravens.
Yeah, and I mean they might score 3 points as a field goal, right? But it's gonna be a hard game. Yeah. All right, man. What's the next game we have?
So this one is the Bengals and the Cardinals, and you know what? Cardinals has got a real young, strong-looking team. I don't normally go with them. They've been losers for a long time, but I'm hoping the best for them. I'm going Cardinals most definitely.
Yeah, the Cardinals have been showing a whole lot of grit too, man. That's one of those young teams that I don't know how they're figuring it out, but Josh Dobbs is figuring it out for them. They've been moving the ball phenomenally on offense. It's been going smooth up until where it doesn't, right? But their defense has been keeping them within the game as well. So I think this game is going to be super intense, and you and me are in agreement again on this game because you and me are both going Cards. We believe they have the juice and the moxie from their games, and they've been building up all that to lead to a victory for them this week, and I think they're going to pull it off as well. So you and me are both in agreement for the Cards, and hopefully enough, that's something that we can incorporate in the underdog parlay. So let's figure it out.
I definitely think, with the Cardinals, it's a similar situation going on with the Texans. When you coming in, you're going against these stronger teams, you're not going to do too well, like the 49ers and whatnot. But when you give them a run for their money, I would think the teams that aren't doing so well, their offense is going to play real strong against those teams because they haven't been able to put it together. And so I'm definitely putting the Cardinals in one of those teams that you need to watch. You know what I'm saying? They may end up like the Dolphins coming up and rising up with the Texans.
Well, oddly enough, they are like that team. Like they are like a West Coast version of the Dolphins because they are underdogs. They play a system where they incorporate the running back, a whole lot. They have systems where they have dynamic plays that can be made. However, when those pieces they don't click, then results don't happen. And I mean, I should say results happen, but the wrong ones. The wrong results take place. Not the right results. You want to be able to go ahead and have your plays fire and you land a touchdown, as opposed to you fire off a pass and it's an interception and it goes back to the crib the wrong way. So it's one of those things where I think the Cardinals have maybe some coaching can get changed, but I think they have a good team enough where they can pull out a victory, and a few of them this year.
Yeah, I think they're definitely going to come in clutch. I think they're going to take up that new name too, and we're just going to start calling them the West Side Dolphins.
The West Side Dolphins, yeah. All right, man. Next game.
All right, so this is an interesting one. By looking at it, it should be a no-brainer. The Eagles are doing real well. They got the best scorer in the league right now. And the thing is I want to see the Eagles go undefeated again like they did last year. But with how the Rams played against the Colts, I feel like if there's going to be an upset, it's going to be this one right here, and the Rams are going to be able to do it. I do not want to see that whatsoever. But I also didn't want to see what they did last week too. So the thing is I'm going Eagles hands down.
You have to bet with the Eagles, and in this case, I hope they're able to pull it off. They were able to go ahead and pull out a few close games, and yet again, as I mentioned, just because they don't win huge does not mean that they didn't win, period. Because at the end of the day, that W is what matters, because getting to the Super Bowl, getting to the playoffs, the race for contention, that all starts with those W's, and the amount that you tally up and the amount that you stack up will go ahead and really obviously dictate where it is that you land, either in your placement or even if you freaking qualify for the playoffs, right? So
absolutely.
Yeah, so we're both going Eagles on this one for sure. All right, man.
Let's go. Hey, so how many conflictions is that so far?
So far we've only landed on one confliction.
Just one.
I'm thinking
Nice.
I'm thinking this week's light. I'm thinking this week's very, very light for the confliction. So
Yeah, I think I predicted it under 5. I think it ends up somewhere around, under that range.
I think you're right too, man. Sometimes you have to go ahead and believe in what you speak to the world. And in this week, he did mention that it was going to be under 5. I think it's under 5. We've had a lot of conflictions, and obviously so far in this race, so far this year, the top dog is your boy, right? It is the winner so far as Ace, right? So we are making money.
You got it.
We are in the lead, man. So after this week, or maybe even Next week, I'm gonna give you guys a tally record so far of the games that we have right, the conflictions and all that stuff, and let you guys know the insight to the inside of our minds when it comes to trying to pick out these teams, and when it comes to trying to go ahead and follow along with our win and loss records.
I think the parlays this week are going to be actually pretty good because we're going to be agreeing on most of them. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to have to add too many conflictions in because the majority of weeks, coming up, there was a lot more conflictions, especially the prior weeks. When we agree, I think that means that we can hit probably a bigger one, most definitely. But we'll have to check the odds on all that. So moving on to the next one. So this is an interesting one right here. We got the Jets and the Broncos. I don't believe that Baby Clooney is going to be able to come through. I think he's going to get bumped off it real hard. I haven't went for them. Have not put one vote on them.
Oh,
season,
man.
but I am definitely putting it here, and I'm going Broncos.
I totally forgot about that shit. Yo, Baby Clooney is rich. Yeah, Baby Clooney is such a gold joke. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna be able to pull it off. Baby Clooney is gonna go ahead and catch a L. I definitely think that, and they're up against the Packers, right?
No, this is actually going to be the Broncos versus the Jets.
Oh, you said Baby Clooney. Oh, you said Baby Clooney. Wait, are you talking? Because in this case, I'm tripping because last week you called Baby Clooney Jimmy Garoppolo. Are you calling Baby Clooney someone else now?
Oh yeah, it's him, Jimmy Garoppolo. Yeah, same guy, most definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. Packers and the Raiders.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going Packers.
Yeah. Okay, so we might have just skipped around two teams, but fuck it, we have no order here. Yeah, so the Packers Raiders, we have Packers. Okay, Baby Clooney's not gonna pull it off. I think Jordan Love's gonna be able to pull it off. Now you're talking about you're saying the Jets and Broncos, right? You chose Broncos. You think they're gonna be able to pull it off? I'm choosing the Jets. I think the Jets defense are gonna be able to go ahead. Confliction number 2, man. And you know what? That's fine because we're gonna win them again. Okay, because we know that the Jets are going to be able to pull it off. Jets, Jets. They're going to be able to go ahead and pull it out of their arse. They're going to go ahead and young defense, interception city. Say it again.
I said this week is just going to align on those 2 games.
This week will truly fall on those 2 games, man. Because we agree on everything else except for those 2 games. Okay, so that this week is probably going to be the week
I think we have 2 more too.
Yeah, two more. No, 3 more games. 3 more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then, no, actually 2 more now because we've already checked off the Packers-Raiders game.
That's right.
Yeah, all right. So the last 2, the most important 2 maybe. And that's a biased opinion. Maybe that's my biased opinion that they're the 2 most important ones. So, all right, Shadow, what you have next?
The Vikings are really struggling. It's always been a team that I've wanted to see do well. But unfortunately, they're just not. I know that they did take that win, but the thing is I do not think that they're going to be able to take this one, and so I'm a little scrambled right here. Where are we? Planet Earth. Let's go. Most definitely.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
So we're going Chiefs all the way.
Let's go. We're going Chiefs all the way, man. You know what it is. We get lost. We land back down on planet Earth, up in the sky, down in the clouds. You know what it is. We make it loud. Nah, dude, freaking bananas, man. That's crazy. You just lost your train of thought.
No, I was trying to find it, bro. I was trying to see who the Vikings played last week.
No, that's bananas. No, yeah. The Chiefs are going to take this one. Obviously, in my opinion, hands down for sure. We have too much firepower. We've been going on too crazy. We have all the Swifties that are backing us up, man. How can you lose when you have Taylor Swift and her crazy occult people fans behind her? You know what I mean? So we have the Red Kingdom along with the freaking Taylor Swift fans, and we love Taylor Swift. We love Taylor Swift. So we're taking the Chiefs. We're taking the dub. We're taking a touchdown. You know what? Anytime bet, anywhere, anytime, bet Travis Kelce gets 2 touchdowns. Why not? End this game, he's going to get 2 touchdowns. Bet that. Why not? Bet it.
Yeah, I'm betting Taylor Swift at least for 1.
Hey, you got to bet T Swift for the touchdown. You. Exactly. And then the last game, man, finished it off. You let us know where we're at. Where are we at?
You know, I'm going to finish it off good, you know, just like Mortal Kombat. I think that this is the best game out of all of them, to be honest. Cowboys versus 49ers. Cowboys are scored very high. They were looking like floppers about a week ago, but they walked all over the Patriots. And the thing is, they're going up against the powerhouse 49ers, the one team that I've never really vouched for whatsoever, but you got to give credit when it's due. And here it is. I think that this one's going to be very nitty-gritty. It's going to go up very high. It's going to be a high-scoring game for both. They're going to give each other hell, and I think it's the game that you guys want to definitely watch. 49ers, my pick, by the way.
There it is. Let's go. I was like, let's go. So I was like, say it, man. Say it. I was like, you gave all of those great juicy details and failed to leave out your pick. And I'm also going to go with the 49ers, man. The 49ers are looking mean. They're looking lean. And they're looking like they're ready to go ahead and get a freaking title, man. I think, and as I've been saying, it is going to go ahead and be... yes. So thinking. Okay? Listen, I think, and these last two teams that we were able to pick between... these last two teams that we were able to pick between the freaking Chiefs and Niners, I think they're going to be the last ones to eat the cereal at the Super Bowl, man.
Always go Chiefs. Always go Niners. Get it done. Dolphins, let's go. Let's pick the top 3 picks for the week. Let's go. Let's go.
Our individual 3, as we gave you guys a week before, we're going to go ahead and give you guys our 3 individual picks that I think are going to give us a good chance to win some money. The ones that we're thinking, we're going to go ahead and include some that may be underdogs and some that may be not. We're not going to include the conflicts in this game or in these 3 picks, but we're going to go ahead and give you guys some juicy ones. So, me first, if you don't mind, the 3 that I'm going to go ahead and give you guys are, we're going to go with the Chiefs, of course. We're going to go to hit you guys with the Packers. And then we're going to give you guys the Texans to pull it out. And those are my 3 teams right there.
All right. Well, my number 1 numero team out of my 3 would have been number 1, the Texans. They're definitely going to do their thing. My number 2 is the Dolphins.
Dolphins are in there.
My number 3 are the Eagles.
Eagles are in there. Give me one more team because we already agreed on the Texans. Cardinals, fuck it. Let's go. Cardinals, put them in there, buddy. Look, just for the shits and gigs, guys, we're gonna go ahead and give you guys the current metrics as far as the betting line, current bet. Shadow, if you don't mind, pull up the handy dandy betting calculator. I'm gonna need you to type these numbers in, type in those 6 teams, and see what that gives us, buddy.
All right, let's see. This probably won't be the parlay for the week, but this is just the top 3. We're gonna create another parlay, which is gonna be formulated probably of about a solid 8 to 10 games, since we're in agreement, leaving out the complexions, leaving out the biggest favorite teams. Let's log it into the spacecraft about the blast off.
See, that's what happens when you take too many vitamins, that you think that you're gonna go ahead and blast off in a spaceship. So
yeah.
Technical difficulties. It's a user error. Yeah, so it's taking a little long.
Let me log in.
Yeah.
Access denied, but here we are. All right. What do we got? We're putting in the Texans. We're putting in the Eagles. We're putting in the Dolphins. And you said the Green Bay?
Yes.
Green Bay. And
The Cardinals. Cardinals.
Cardinals. And then who's the next one? Oh, the Chiefs, right?
Yep.
Chiefs. All right. So we got money line. $20 gets you 509. So it's not really a good bet. I wouldn't go with it. The reason why is because we have a negative
Don't you guys listen to this guy. He is batshit crazy. $20 to get you 509 is phenomenal. That's more than what you had. You had $20 initially. You're gonna bet that and get $509. Why would you not take that, right? Those teams, those 6 teams, are locking in to be able to go ahead and take that dub, y'all. Look, whether you take it or not, you let me know. You type that into the comments and you let me know if you went on it or if you didn't. I think and I have confidence in those picks because they have a mix. There is a high negative in the Chiefs for sure. We're favored. Why wouldn't we? Right? Because we're gonna go ahead and be them boys again. We're gonna win. That's what I'm telling you. We're always gonna be that favorite team because we're gonna win this year, dude. Realize it, man. Travis Kelce's winning. Patrick Mahomes winning. The Chiefs are winning. I'm winning. We're winning. We're gonna. It's Dub City, dude. It's Dub City.
All right. So on that big one, there's no bets that have been placed on the Denver and KC game and a Baltimore and Tennessee game.
What?
Which that doesn't even make sense.
That doesn't make sense. Those teams don't even play each other, man. What?
We got 5 here, but I don't even know what's going on here. This shit's weird.
What?
Is this shit in London again?
There might be a London game. I'm not sure. Are you looking at week 4?
I'm looking at week 5, and it looks like the majority of games are going to be in London.
What, dude, you are an imbecile. None of the games are going to be in London except for one.
Wow. That's weird, dude.
Dang. Come on, bro. Get the tech stuff under wraps.
2 games, my bad. 2 are going to be in London, the top ones. The rest of them are not. Okay, there we go. I got it. So the thing is those 2 that I mentioned, there's no bets on that yet, but we got the 12, and I think that we should remove. We left out the 2 conflictions, which one we can't do, which is Jets Broncos, Titans Colts. I think we should take out the high negatives. So basically, we're going to remove the Dolphins, we're going to remove the Lions, we're going to remove the Commanders, we're going to remove the Bills. And here we go. We got an 8-slip. I'm going to call this the agreement. We got the Philadelphia Eagles, Green Bay Packers, San Francisco 49ers, Arizona Cardinals, Saints, Houston Texans, Ravens, and Kansas City. And money line saying for $20, you're going to get 1,887. Great play. Let's go.
The agreement, guys. You hear it? And we said it. Look, take the bet. Take both bets. Bet 20 on the first 6. Bet 20 on the other ones. Get a freaking total of almost $1,600 given to your pockets. More than what you have for $40. That's crazy. That's insanity. But you also might not hit that though.
Yeah, $100 gets you 10 grand. Let's go.
Yes, $100 get you 10 grand.
Yes.
That's bananas. We might have to go ahead and look into that, dude. To be honest, before Sunday hits. All right, y'all. But
Toxic wins.
hey, we all win, brother. And this week, after we get it all said and done, after I win the conflictions, Ace wins again. Don't ever forget that, guys. But we appreciate y'all, dude. It's been a freaking phenomenal time with you again, Shadow. It's always a pleasure. As always, guys, like, comment, share, subscribe, be a friend, tell a friend. Let someone know that we're out here. Let someone know that you exist and we exist. You know, make someone feel better than what they did this morning. And from there, we can go ahead and keep on trying to win some money together, guys. We believe strongly in these picks. Believe strongly in your convictions. Don't let anyone go ahead and bring you down. Believe in what you stand for. Shadow, do you have anything else you want to go ahead and tell the people, man?
Hey, every day is a blessing. You know, make sure you're moving in the right direction. Climb the ladder as high as you can go. Run the staircase. Get it done. Don't take backward steps.
Run on the fucking staircase, dude, or fucking walk back.
Jump from the plane, swim the ocean.
Yeah, dude.
And,
Fucking
get to the other side.
jump in the gulag, dude. Fucking make a bed. Fucking find your home. Fucking survive, dude. Yet again, y'all, thanks so much, dude. We've officially imploded. It's that time. It's the end of the video. Thank y'all so much. Bet on the money. Take the money. Win some money. Let's take it all, guys. It's been your boy Sage, aka Ace, and Shadow here on the line. We got some money to make, and I hope you do too. Thanks. Stay true. Stay blue. Let's go.